is up, everybody? It's time to go racing. It is hot in California. It's going to be even hotter in Arizona. So let's find out how these off-road racers are going to deal with this extreme heat, especially during a triple header weekend. We have made it to beautiful Wild Horse Pass. This facility is awesome. They got a drag strip, a drag boat arena, and the good news for the racers is they have moved this race to 7 a.m. to try to beat the heat. The early start's going to present some challenges, but it may be better than racing in the sweltering heat. Off-road fans, here's a wild one you have to see. Brand new track here in Chandler, Arizona. Well, in practice, Brandon the Madman Bailey and Team Mav TV out of Riverside, California, rolled the truck 4.5 times. Stay with us in this video because we're going to show you that GoPro video. We're also going to talk to Brandon. Amazingly, they are going to race this weekend. No significant damage to the truck and no major injuries to Brandon. That is the good news. They're wrenching on it right now.
Now, when the race is done, I still want to exit like we used to, because I don't want to bring you in after the race. We'll exit like normal. That's where I'm not.
Did you see where Talon was going to go? How about the track? How is it going in the clockwise direction? Is it different for you?
Well, so a 3-day weekend here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. Remember, we had qualifying before this weekend.
This facility is so amazing. Wild Horse Pass. You can see the drag boat lake behind me, the drag strip back there, and of course, the brand new dirt course. It's awesome.
This start, and here's our Pro Lite specs. They're two-wheel drives, mid-size V8 trucks, 450 to 500 horsepower, 12 inches of travel in the front inches.
Brand new track layout. We're turning right. We're going clockwise. Driver's taking some time to learn that. It's a brand new day of Lucas Oil off-road racing. Check out this gorgeous track behind me. We're in Chandler, Arizona, Wild Horse Pass. The big news this weekend is that we are turning right. The track goes clockwise. We're gonna take you inside the pits, give you some inside information, also ask these drivers how they've been dealing with that. Some of them have never turned right. Also, guys, if you get a chance, please make sure you subscribe before we go any further. We really appreciate it. And we will continue to dig up these stories and take you inside the off-road pit area. It's also an early start for these drivers. They moved the race time up to 7:30 a.m., starting with the junior categories, and that is to beat the oppressive heat. It was scorching yesterday in the desert. Once you get to about noon, it's about 110 degrees. Let's talk to Robbie Hornsby. He started in the front row on the pole in the Production 1000 category and unfortunately wrecked it on the 5th turn, and he was out, a DNF. That's rare for him. Here with Robbie Hornsby. Well, Robbie, if people think things can't go wrong on the first lap, you know different. Unfortunately, a wet, slick track. Tell me what happened.
You know, you're up in the front and you kind of have to commit to getting into the corner, and I got in the corner a little too deep, slid up the track, hit a cushion, and the cushion put me on the bike, and when I tried to save it, snapped the tie rod and put us on our lid.
Show me where you damaged the vehicle.
Basically it snapped. I got a part right here. Snapped the tie rod clean right off. So without that, we can't finish a race, but it's all good. Today's a new day. We gotta start in the back and looking to come forward.
How much work is it to change that tie rod?
It's a little bit of work, but it's nothing. I mean, I got every part in the trailer to fix this car, so it's not too bad.
How many hours do you think it took you?
2.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Not too bad.
By the time you clean the car and get it ready to go, 2 hours.
What are you going to change about your strategy knowing that you may face a wet track in the beginning again?
I'm coming from the back, so the first couple laps are going to be a slower pace anyways, so we should be there at the end though.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Really tough outing for Matt Brister. He had a flat tire in his buggy and he endoed the Pro Lite. That meant a whole lot of work overnight. Fast Monkey looking to turn his luck around. Take a look at this tire. Absolutely shredded. Another unfortunate incident happened in the turbo UTV category. 46-year-old Keith Brooks, who has been racing since he was 15, a former motorcycle road racer, was running third. He had contact with Trey Gibbs. He ended up injuring his arm. They did hurt the car. He lost brakes. He's fixed the car, but he couldn't fix himself. So unfortunately, he's out for the weekend. Let's talk to him. Keith, well, I'm very sorry to deliver the news that you're packing up and going home. First off, how's the arm?
I mean, it's okay. It's just I don't have any strength in it, and it just tingles all the time. So I don't know if I pinched something in my shoulder, because I was having shoulder problems during the race, especially with no power steering and no brakes, and just trying to make it to the end.
Tough break out there. So what the heck happened? You were running third.
Yeah, I was running third, and I just, you know, Trey come in. I think he come in way too hot coming into the last turn, and basically I got used as a berm, and, you know, it just took out the power steering and broke a banjo bolt on the brakes, and I basically had to run the rest of the race with no brakes or no power steering, so I had to be careful, and trying to muscle that thing around in full-wheel drive is a chore.
So looking back, you don't think it was a clean racing move?
I don't think he would have made the turn. You know, it's one of those things. Trey's never been that guy that drives like that, but it's one of those things too that, you know, you got to have some respect for the other drivers.
That's tough. Have you ever been in this situation before where you get injured like this and you have to go home early?
I haven't really been injured and had to go home early. You know, I've had car stuff happen to the car, but I've always been able to fix it 9 times out of 10. Just kind of disappointing, but I'm staying around for a little while to help all my guys with the production cars, because, you know, they're more important to me. You know, it's part of my business.
We hope to see you back in the next round.
Yep, I appreciate it.
Get well.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk to young 12-year-old Talon Martin. He won Junior 2 Kart yesterday. It's a really cool class for young boys and girls. 390cc sealed Honda engines. We see a lot of family teams. Let's meet Talon. We're going to talk about his ultimate goal. We're also going to meet Dad and see what he does to tune on the car. Talon, a big win in Junior 2 Kart yesterday. Now, you had an interesting strategy. You told me you hung back a little bit and watched, and you were able to see where they were making mistakes. Tell me about that.
In first corner of the race, I got out to 5th, and then I sat back until halfway, watching where people made mistakes. And then after the halfway caution, I watched where they made a mistake, and I made my move right where everyone made their mistakes.
Smart, great job. You say someday you want to be a Formula 1 racer?
Yes.
Well, you're well on your way, man. Congratulations. We're taking a look at the Spec Pro Circuit exhaust. A lot of spec parts over here, Dad. Tell me about your job. What are you doing to try to nail the setup?
I'm just keeping the car running all day, checking the setups, checking the clutches, make sure everything stays together good. And the biggest thing is just making sure that the chain, the rollout, and everything is nice and smooth in these cars, because the minute you turn the wheel or the minute you tighten them up, the cars go slow. So
the chain has to be properly adjusted, dead on.
Chain, good tire pressure, good clutch, and go to the front.
What type of PSI are you running in these?
Run all different types.
Yeah, that you can tell me. How much does it vary from track to track?
From 13 pounds all the way to 17 pounds. Just depends on the track's wet or dry.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Another driver who did a great job is David Gasper. He took home a second in the mod kart category. He just stepped up the mod kart. He came from Junior 1, Junior 2. This is his first full season in the mod kart category. He's hoping to get Rookie of the Year, and he is well on his way. And what an ambitious young man. He told me he's got a lawn mowing business to help try to pay the bills. Good learning experience. What do you think? Second place for David Gasper. These mod karts are truly wild. Kyle LeDuc told these young men and women the power to weight ratio is similar to a Pro 2. Hang on, because that's the next time you're gonna see a ratio like that. 450cc motocross engines tuned up. That's a cool old school Honda. Brings back some memories. Behind me, you see the Pro Buggy of Elliott Watson. He won the championship last year on the final lap. He wanted it so bad. Well, now this year he's dominating. He swept Wheatland, won all 3 races, won the first race here in Arizona. Let's see if we can catch up with his father to get some comments on how Elliott's just dominating so much this year. Elliott Watson's Buggy ready to go. And here's Dad, Tom Watson. You know a thing or two about Buggy. Score champion from 04 to 07. You got to be proud with how your son is doing this year. What do you think is making him dominate so much?
I think he quit listening to me and he started doing his own thing, and he's doing better. So he's got his own confidence. He knows what's going on. He sets a car up himself, and he does a good job. He's got lots of patience, and he's a pretty smart kid.
He sure is. Do you think getting that championship out of the way last year took some pressure off for him?
I think so. He's been close 3 other times. Through the Junior 1 karts, Junior 2 karts, mod karts, and now in the Buggy. So it was really good to get that championship. And, we worked pretty hard for it, and a lot of miles and a lot of time, so I think it was great.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
And let's talk with the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series Ironman team. Brock Hager, he's never missed an event since the inception of the series. 1 Pro Lite, well, there's his Production 1000 in the background, and as you can see, they're making some changes because they're trying to chase down Miles Cheek and his Polaris Razor. Miles gets to be a little bit lighter via the rules. The Polaris is belt driven. Brock's Yamaha is a direct drive. Let's find out more. There's the victorious Pro Lite from yesterday. Brian here with Team Brock Hager, always working hard. I know you're happy with that machine. This machine, the UTV, you know you got a little bit of work to do because Miles is flying. You said Miles is a little lighter out there. How are you compensating for that?
Just we're playing around with different combinations, trying to pick up a little bit more speed, especially on the back straight. We felt we were giving a little bit away there. So did a few tweaks overnight, and hopefully we'll be able to reel them in today.
Do you feel like it's a pretty even playing field with the rules?
I think we're a little heavy since they made us add 40 pounds this year. It's really, it's a 220 pound difference between the 2 cars. So it's close in race and qualifying. He just seems to be a lot faster. So he's getting better draws and stuff. So we're getting there. We just need to keep pushing, and this Yamaha's fast, and we'll get him.
I see you got your phone out. Are you watching Off-Road Racing Insider on YouTube?
Yep.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I'll tell you this, too. It was an absolute wild race in Pro 2. Ricky Gutierrez finished 4th. They said he was hung up a little bit. He got stuck behind a crash of Rodrigo Ampudia. They're pretty happy with the way the truck was handling, but they are making some changes. Let's find out from Dad what those changes are. Man, it was a wild race in Pro 2 here with G Brothers. couple changes you said. What are you guys changing?
So we're getting a little more aggressive on the groove. We're trying to get the truck to rotate a little sooner. So we're a little more aggressive on the grooving, and a little more adjustment on the front shocks, a little more front brake, as well as we're changing the gear as well to try to get the tires to slow down and hook up a little bit better, because we feel he's roaching the tires out of turn 3 and 4. So we're trying to get him a little more grip. So that's what we're working on today.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
It's G Brothers, 4th yesterday, looking to move up today. Positive news for the RJ37 team behind me, backed by South Point and Walker Evans. They didn't have to do much, just general maintenance, and that's good news when you got 4 vehicles under your tent. General maintenance still took late into the evening to get these vehicles turned around. Let's go racing.
O'er the ramparts we watched, we're so
In the second row, as well as Ronnie Anderson, as they come over the first roller jump, you can see they laid down some water on the track to try to keep that dust down. Everyone getting through turn 1 and 2 very clean, coming off that brand new step down into a couple rollers. Everyone trying to figure out where they want to go here. Ross Hager just dancing that steering wheel around, trying to get it.
We're gonna sleep in. They really just want it fresh and crisp. To the front, North sandwiched in between. Yesterday's 1-2. And let's talk to the defending Pro Lite champion, a man who stepped up to Pro 2, Rowdy Ryan Beat. He's had a tough 2020, has been caught in a lot of incidents, a lot of traffic, but not this time. Beat just won his very first Pro 2 race. Let's go talk to him about it.
There we go.
Your defending Pro Lite champion. He stepped up to Pro 2, gets his first win in the Lucas Series in Pro 2. Ryan, how did you do it?
Man, just had to stick with it, you know. General Tire hooked us up with a killer groove pattern for today. We knew the track was going to go hard pack and slick, and they delivered. Best tire on the market for sure, gave us that hookup, but man, just had to play it smooth. You know, yesterday I kind of threw it away. We had the faster truck of the two, but I threw it away. I made a mistake, and you know, it cost me, so today I had to redeem myself and get one done for the crew. These guys worked their butts off and worked too hard to not give them a win, you know? So, man, I can't say enough about Bill Stein, Lucas Oil, General Tire, Vision Wheel, Ram Mounts, Everfill, PPG, Automatic Transmission Designs, Chicago Pneumatic, Roush Motors, Anti-Gravity Batteries. All these people are what makes this happen. This is a crazy circus, you know? And, man, I'm just stoked to get this P2 win and carry it home for the team. Going into tomorrow, I'm really excited, man. It's a good points day for us. We qualified second for tomorrow again. Game on. Let's keep this thing rolling.
Big congratulations. He was able to hold off a fast-charging Doug Matag, who will win in round number 8. Make sure you check out lucasoilracing.tv to find out. It's been a weekend of problems for Rodrigo Ampudia. Let's see if we can figure out what went wrong.
It's in the trailer.
What happened, gentlemen?
The lift gate coupler broke, and then we are trying to fix it with the best gear oil for it, and then it's not gonna happen again.
Good to hear. Good luck in round 8.
Thank you. We need that luck because that was damage from yesterday crash.
It's a beautiful morning at Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park, and we've got some of the top off-road teams in the country wrenching away. Let's do what we do, and that's take you inside the pit area. Sit back, relax, and enjoy an inside look at off-road racing. All right, let's check in with Team Dave Mason Jr. This is actually a former Bryce Menzies truck that he's competing in. It's only his second ever race in Pro 2, and things have been going pretty well. Let's check in with him. A very interesting tarp coming down in the morning. Could you please introduce yourself, sir?
Hi, I'm Dave Mason Sr., owner of the Mason Off-Road number 65 Pro 2.
Now, Mr. Mason, I think that this is indicative of how hot it really is, because we don't see teams breaking down in the morning, but you just told me we don't want to be taking this down in 110, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Those beams get, I mean, you can't even touch them. They'll hurt your hands pretty big, and we got a long way to go. We got to get back to home tonight and be working tomorrow morning in San Diego. So beating the heat this morning is important.
You like the early start?
We do. These guys are construction guys anyway, so getting up early is easy for them.
And how's everything going with the truck?
Good. Truck's doing good, and David's getting better at it every day. He's picking up experience. We got Corey Cruzman coaching him. Corey's doing a great job with Dave, and we're just paying the dues to get better every time we come out.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
A 5th and a 7th on the weekend for Dave Mason Jr. Only your second time ever in Pro 2, doing a great job. Tell me about how the weekend has been going for you so far.
Oh, it's been a good learning experience. I mean, really, we've been not able to have a lot of seat time so far, and it's just been a trial by fire, basically. Get me on the track and go see what the other guys are doing, and go see what I could do against that. So it's been fun. It's been very interesting feeling out this truck. It's a lot of truck, being in good build, but it has a lot of horsepower, a lot of weight that I'm throwing around compared to other classes I've been doing, and it's a lot to get used to. So I'm definitely adapting to it and having a lot of fun doing it, but it's going to take a little bit of time before I'm really competitive with the other guys.
Now, I know you guys have had some unfortunate mechanical issues. What exactly happened?
Not really. I mean, we've had a reasonably smooth weekend. I did throw it into one of the roller jumps way too sideways in yesterday's race and blew a tire out. That was totally on me. But again, just kind of feeling out the truck and figuring out what it can and can't do. Overall, I'd say the truck's held up very well. We've had pretty clean racing so far, in my experience. So hopefully we'll just be able to keep that going today. It's always a battle out there, and it's always a risk that we're putting on the line. But my team behind me has built a good truck, and eBay Motors behind me has made sure we have the backing to keep it up.
Maddox, the Madman Bailey, we got extreme heat out here in the desert. Early start. How's the weekend been treating you in this Arizona sun?
So far, so good. Started off the first race with a 3rd place, and then yesterday was battling in the back quite a bit, and got held up by a couple cars and ended up 4th place. But today is a new day, and we'll see how we end up.
The heat bothering you at all?
Friday it bothered me a little bit, but today I think we're all good.
Do you like racing early in the morning?
Not really. I'm more of a night person than a morning person, so it's definitely a little struggle in the morning.
Wish you the best.
Thank you.
It's been a really successful weekend so far for the Walker Evans South Point truck of RJ Anderson, the RJ37. If you can see those trophies up there, that's because he's already got 2 podium finishes, 2/3, and on day number 3, he's hoping that he can go for the win. Let's catch up with RJ and see how the desert's been treating him. Last thing I have for your RJ, the extreme heat out here. Is it tough to compete in the desert with this heat beaming down? I see your crew's already tearing down the canopy so they don't have to do it later. I mean, what's that like as a driver?
Yeah, the heat is gnarly. I mean, these trucks aren't meant to survive in the extreme conditions. So the coolers, everything runs hotter. Being in a 3-layer fire suit next to a motor that's producing 200-degree temps right next to you, it's warm in there. But luckily, I'm from a hot area in Southern California, so I do the heat better than the cold. So not too big of a deal for me. Lucas Oil's been awesome getting our races knocked out here in the morning, so doing the best we can. Heat not a huge issue, but it definitely can come into play.
Did you have to change anything on the truck to accommodate for this extreme heat?
No, the truck is no changes for this heat here in Arizona. So just some small things for the new track, but other than the heat, luckily we have a pretty good, strong cooling system in this number 37 Pro 2.
Good luck. Let's catch up with Team Trevor Layton. The 27-year-old out of Idaho has had a tough weekend in the Pro 2. Blew a transmission and actually caught on fire. His crew's hard at work trying to turn this truck around. Let's go catch up with him. Taking a look at Trevor Layton's Pro 2 here with Race. He's working hard, getting ready. Race, I know it's been a tough weekend from a mechanical standpoint. What happened on this truck?
We had a little bit of transmission problem. One of the cables got melted. The underdrive was leaking, caught on fire a little bit, and the cable left the tranny in between gears, and we ended up burning a couple clutch discs up. So we're getting ready, so we go out and make the last round.
How much work was it to change that transmission?
It's not too bad. A couple hours.
Couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I see you're fasting a new body on right now. Was the old one just too damaged?
Yeah, we got. Yep. Busted up pretty good, so we're just gonna put a new body on it so she looks good out there, and hopefully we can get on the board today.
Boy, those bodies don't last long, do they?
No, they don't.
Look at this, my goodness. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Gotta ask you too, you're working so hard back here, the extreme heat that we're facing in the desert. As a crewman, as a hard-working crewman, how much of a toll is that taking on you?
It's pretty brutal, honestly. It's been hot out there this weekend, so definitely not good.
Any tips or tricks? You trying to keep your hydration up?
Lots of water.
Yeah, that'll do
all
it
we
for
can
sure.
do.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
For a while, or just haven't got here?
No, we just got the two.
Question for Team Brock Hager. You guys have been busy. This extreme heat out here in the desert.
Yep.
How are you dealing with it?
Just trying to make sure everything's staying cool. Our temperatures are cool. Every night we're downloading, making sure we're not getting too hot on anything. Just preparing for it and keeping our driver cool. That's the main thing. The high heat affects you, but you just got to deal with it. Everybody else is dealing with it and having fun.
What vehicle has been tougher to maintain in this heat, the Pro Lite or the UTV?
Both of them actually have been doing real good. We have good cooling systems on both. I think tire-wise, since we're playing around with the UTV, it seems to different tires are have different effects with the heat. So other than that, everything's been pretty much the same. Keeping them clean, keeping them out front, that helps out.
Well, you know what's cool? Let me make you guys really hungry, because there's some amazing breakfast and dinner and lunch chefs here in the off-road pits. That's the way to do it, right? Now that, my friend, is how you make breakfast at the racetrack. Good job.
Should have been here last. Should have been here last.
First in line.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you're first in line.
First
You're
in
wasting
line.
no time.
I missed it yesterday, so I'm not going to be late today.
Let's check in with Team Colt Mamer. They're having a great weekend. They finished second yesterday. They had a fast lap. They're dealing with the heat well. This young man, who's a former motocrosser and also a former circle track racer, has a lot of talent. Let's catch up with his father and check in on the truck. Well, anytime you got hardware on the truck before the final race, you know it was a successful weekend. Sir, could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Steve Mamer, Cole Mamer's dad.
Excellent, Steve. Tell me what you guys have had to do here on the truck for the final round.
We just did a little bit of tire different grooves and changed up the suspension a little bit better, make it a little bit better ride for Cole, and just give the truck over a good look over and see what happens for today.
When you're making those suspension changes, what data are you going on? Are you going strictly with the driver? Are you looking at something else?
No, we're looking at the driver and, you know, what I see as a spotter, what it's doing on the track, things like that. So we did that last night, so we should be good to go for today.
So what exactly did you change? The valving or just some clicks?
Yeah, no, some valving. Gave it a little bit more compression, stuff like that, just to ease the ride a little bit better.
Good job.
Get some more traction.
Pays off here today. We got hardware displayed. That's a good thing. How are you guys holding up in this extreme desert heat out here?
We're used to it. I'm from Southern California. Been there my whole life, and this heat just another day for us.
Is it making it tough on the crew?
Yeah. Some of the crews, we're complaining and stuff like that, but hey, we go back to the motel, go to the swimming pool and hang out and have a good time, cool off.
Are you liking the early starts?
Oh yeah, yep. I'm an early guy, so I like it.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Children of all different ages competing out here, especially in the mod cart category. Let's check in with Mr. Knupp, the father of 14-year-old Luke Knupp. He's been running fourth, had some problems both days, unfortunately. This is one of the only fuel-injected machines, so they are able to get out the laptop and get some data. Let's check in with him and see how he's doing. Here with Mr. Knupp. Your son is 14 years old.
Yes.
We have children of all ages competing out here. How is he dealing with the heat?
He's fine. He's used to it. We're from Arizona, so we do this. We also race desert, so we're out doing that all the time, racing across the desert and stuff. So he knows to stay hydrated, stay cool, stay out of the sun, stuff like that. Since he's a native of Arizona. So
now I see you got the laptop out, closely monitoring this mod cart. Did you have to set it up a little bit differently for a desert race?
No, I mean a little bit, but not bad. It wasn't, like I said, the nice thing about fuel injection is it kind of makes corrections on its own to a percentage. So, as long as the tune's right from the get-go, it's usually not off far that we got to make big changes unless something crazy with the weather happens.
Latest additions to its robust lineup, from the summer ultra-high performance G-Max RS to the
A long, hard weekend, and you come home with a 6th, your best finish ever.
Best finish ever. Couple tenths of a second off of the 5th, so.
Man, there was, I'll tell you, there were a lot of people that crashed out too. You were able to avoid it. How'd you avoid those wrecks?
The good thing is, the blessing in disguise is since I got stuck in the wreck yesterday, I had to start in the back. I got a new spotter, the spotter helped out, and since I was able to start in the back and not in the mix of it, I was able to kind of be patient and then just cruise at my own pace and then work my way up through the cautions and got with everybody.
Congratulations, man. A few more spots, you'll be on that podium. You guys have a safe trip home.
All right, see you, thanks.
Excuse me, young lady here with the very talented RJ37 team. Do you happen to watch the Off-Road Racing Insider channel on YouTube?
Yes.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And let's talk to Ronnie Anderson. My goodness, Corey Weller's been so dominant in the Turbo UTV category. She has led the points consistently for 2+ years. Ronnie finally took control of the point series, and he said he was able to do it by going to a newer style engine and newer style turbo. That's the changes that he made since Glen Helen. Get ready. Wow, what a successful weekend for the South Point Walker Evans crew. Oh, there he is. There's our new point leader, Ronnie Anderson. Congratulations. Man, I talked to you in Glen Helen. You're like, how are we ever going to catch Corey? Now, leaving here, you're the point leader with a comfortable lead. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. The whole 137 crew has been working so hard on that Razor, so super pumped to bring home the sweep for them, and as well as the boys over at K&T Performance. They have that tune and that thing absolutely flawless. So just got to thank Polaris, Razor, South Point, Walker Evans Racing, Holtz Racing Products, and hopefully we'll keep this momentum rolling into Glen Helen.
A little bit better of a weekend than last year when you left here with one of the nastiest crashes I've ever seen, huh?
Yeah, definitely a little bit better. I got through a little mistake in the Pro Lite, and we have a lot of work to do on that thing before Glen Helen. So I know the boys will get it handled, and we'll be back.
Congratulations, man. Great weekend for this team. So just another great weekend here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. Hope you guys enjoyed me taking you inside the pits. We appreciate all the feedback. Guys, shares and subscribers is what we need to grow. We just started this new channel. Hit 300 subs. Thank you very much, because that was much quicker than I thought it was going to be. We'd love to get to 500, that's for sure. Please share this with anybody who loves off-road racing. If you have any feedback, leave it down below. We're just getting started here. We love off-road racing, and you do too. Thank you for subscribing.